Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm really excited because we're gonna be doing the Rostrikers Liopleurodon by Mattel. It's an amazing looking figure, probably one of the best looking Mattel figure this year. And this is the Rostrikers. This is actually second wave of the Rostrikers, which is kind of hard to find, at least in my area. But I got this from a local toy store, which was pretty unexpected. And they also had the Iguanodon, but unfortunately they didn't have the Sinoceratops. So yeah, still searching for that figure. And Megaraptor, I already have that. But yeah, it's amazing to have a new species, new marine reptile, and Liopleurodon, a classic marine reptile, and really amazing to have a Mattel version of it. So yeah, let's have a look at the packaging. So for the packaging, you got this standard packaging of the Mattel Jurassic World, the Dominion, same kind of artwork for all the boxes. You got Rexy there, Jurassic World logo right here, Pyroraptor on this side. Now let's get to the back of the box. So this is the back of the box. You got nice picture of Liopleurodon showing its action feature. And like I said before, here we have the rest of the wave. The Megaraptor, Sinoceratops, and the Iguanodon. And like always, you can scan that in your facts app. So yeah, enough about the packaging. Let's get this figured out, so then we're gonna have a close-up look. So here we have our Liopleurodon art from its packaging, and it looks really amazing actually, and I'm quite enjoying the paint job too here. So now let's jump straight into the close-up look. So starting up with that gorgeous looking head sculpt, you can see it's packed with a lot of cool detailing, and the paint apps are really amazing too. As far as the head goes, it's sculpted well, really well, and the amount of detailing here is just phenomenal. And the best part of this figure is that black eye. That looks so fantastic. And you can see the lower jaw is packed with detailing, and this kind of bumps that you see pretty much on the whole figure. It's packed with this kind of bumps things. That looks good. And the jaw, it's sculpted well. Yeah, it's painted too pretty well. And you got this kind of vibrant red color with some kind of gloss thing. That looks so good. And the nostrils, you have nostrils right here, and there's a lot of same kind of feel, same kind of detailing on the upper side. And then you go to the neck area, a little bit of like a soft kind of detailing, not what you see on the head. You have in this middle kind of area this kind of soft detailing, and on this side you have this kind of bumps. They transition into smaller ones, and then again they go into the bigger ones. So yeah, really amazing. You can see a lot of scaling and a lot of this kind of folds and all the stuff. That looks really good. Again, around the the fins, you can see this kind of folds, and not really muscle definition, but kind of folds and all this stuff. And if you lead to the main body, you can still see this kind of bumps that go pretty much to the tip of the tail. Not really, you don't really see them, the bigger ones right here, but you still have these smaller ones. And the bottom area is pretty plain, obviously, because it's made to press it, so it's better to not have something on that button, so maybe so you can't hurt yourself. Maybe it's because of that. And if you see the fins, they are pretty huge actually, and they're sculpted really well. You can see this kind of these lines and these ridges and all the stuff, and you have some of the bumps and all the stuff right here too. And same for all four flippers, they're sculpted really well. And if you go to the underside, it's painted all over. The white color stops probably right before the tail, but yeah, it's not what you see really often on the Mattel figure. So it's really amazing to have a full painted underside figure. And then this white color transition into this dark gray kind of color, and that looks so good. The patterning that they chose, it just looks super good. And then you have this kind of brown kind of striping, and that stops right before the button area. which is a bit of a downside for this figure, but again, it's not a big of a deal. The overall paint scheme is just amazing, I guess. Would have been better to have a little bit of that striping on the rest of the body, but again, it's not a really bad thing, I guess. And if we talk about articulation for a minute, for the articulation, basically got your standard kind of articulation, but it's different from the the main theropods and all the stuff you get very like often. The marine reptiles, we have some marine reptiles in Mattel line, I guess the Mosasaurus, the Plesiosaurus. So it's the same kind of articulation in all four of the fins. You can move them. It's they are on the ball joint, so you can turn them around, I guess 360 degrees, and you can go up and down, not really side to side, but yeah, you can't really move them like this way, all four of them, of course. Same you see on the Plesiosaurus and the Mosasaurus. And then you have this kind of, the mouth and the neck is tied to the action feature. The only thing you get apart from the fins is this rotation. Again, it would have been better to have a hinge or maybe a ball joint. Ball joint is just too much, I guess, but a hinge would have been amazing, I guess. But again, it's not really bad. It's your standard kind of articulation as far as this kind of figures go. And yeah, it looks really good. The paint apps are really amazing. The sculpting and detailing are just amazing, as I already said. And yeah, so now let's move on to the action feature. So basically you got button right here. Yeah, it's different from a lot of the other Rostrikers, because this year for the Rostrikers, the mid-sized dinosaur we have pretty much every year, we don't have buttons. You press them and the leg goes up, and it's just a mechanism with the leg and all that stuff. But this figure, of course, don't have really the legs, so yeah, they put the button on it. But yeah, so now let's try that. So you press the button, for some electronic roars and this kind of action feature. So the neck goes down and mouth opens. So yeah, the roars are really amazing. They mix all sort of roars in it, like some carnivores, some herbivores, and maybe a cow sound too. Just kidding. But yeah, it looks really amazing. The action feature is just good, and it would have been also better to have not have roars at all. Roaring feature. I don't really care about roars, but yeah, they are amazing. Again, these are made for the kids, so yeah, like to have their dinosaurs. This is not really a dinosaur though, but kid like, I guess, to have dinosaur with sounds, I guess. So yeah, I don't really care about the action features a lot, but yeah, it's really fun. The roaring are amazing always, and action feature too. Yeah, I was just forgetting the scan tag. So yeah, there you go. Maybe if you wanna scan that in effects app, you can do that right now. There you go. Yeah. So if you talk about the size comparison, it's the same kind of. Maybe if you get some of the figures, this is the Edmontosaurus. So yeah, it's the same kind of your standard mid-size warrior dinosaur size, I guess. So you can have a little bit of idea. And let's bring in also another one. Yeah, there you go. This is the Scorpiovenator. So yeah, again, you can see that it's the pretty same kind of length for the figure. Yeah, the same kind of mid-sized dinosaur. So yeah, it's really amazing. I really enjoyed the paint job here, and the sculpt is really great too. It's amazing that Mattel is expanding their marine reptiles line, in their marine reptile species in Jurassic line. So yeah, overall, it's amazing looking figure. It's amazing to have marine reptiles in the Mattel line. They don't really make them really often, but yeah, next year we're getting some of the marine reptiles. Actually, we're getting the Chronosaurus, the Notosaurus, which is from the Camp Cretaceous actually. I mean, it's not really Camp Cretaceous, they just made a standard Dinotrachus figure, but clearly it's from the Camp Cretaceous. But yeah, they decided to go with the normal line. So yeah, we are getting some of the marine reptiles. We are getting also the Elasmosaurus next year. So yeah, pretty much we are expanding the marine reptile species in the Mattel line, which is really amazing. I actually really enjoy these marine reptiles and flying reptiles too. So yeah, that's all for the Liopleurodon. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new, please subscribe. So yeah, that's all. So see you in the next video pretty soon. Bye.